Welcome back, Warriors, to Over 50. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. Video subscriptions would really help. I'm trying to reach more Warriors out there with my videos, so clicking that big red subscribe button would really help. Comment down below with any questions or concerns you have. I usually answer them back faster than I would Facebook, because Facebook and my phone just don't work well together. But I usually get the YouTube comments. They pop up really quick, and unless I'm teaching or asleep, I try to answer them back as quickly as possible. Share this video with your friends out there. Like the video if you like it. And I thought I'd do something different this time. I had never actually had done this before. I'd never actually shown the breakdown of what led me to get to to the diagnosis of having Chiari malformation. Just never the official doctor speak. So that's what I've got here for you. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys read it. I'm just going to talk a little bit, but I'll paraphrase it. But basically, I was fine until I hit 50, and then in September of 2019, I started having dizzy spells. I'd take 10 to 15 steps, and I'd have to stop moving and just kind of really focus on staying in one spot until the episode went away, or I'd have to put my hand on something, lean against something, or if I was teaching in the classroom, I might just look over one of my students' shoulders and see what they were working on, and just kind of so that they wouldn't think know what's going on, so they wouldn't start to worry and stuff like that. Then when the pandemic hit in 2020, and you can see it says right here, would have intermittent decreased ability to remember and concentrate. I was trying to highlight that for you. And then, also I would become, I had increased dizziness as well as irritability. I was not a very pleasant person to be around. I don't know if that is something that some of you have ran into, and I know some of you have much worse breakdown than I have. I'm not trying to compare and anything like that. I'm just sharing what I had, so you can take this and run with it. And then this would start out once a month, and then it'd be several times a day, and there were some days it was happening 10, 15 times a day. I mean, it was happening so much I'd lose count. Goes on to discuss I have a spinal cord stimulator and several steroid injections. Now, I didn't have the headaches when coughing, sneezing, or straining. And I didn't have the headache I didn't have the headache, I guess, in tandem or together with my dizziness while standing. The headaches would happen like when I'd be sitting down and they would just come on, or I'd be laying down and this headache would just, come out of nowhere. And those of you that have the headaches, I mean, it's just, they're unbearable. So, the dizzy episodes occur when I'd walk more than 10 to 15 steps. So that led to the Mayo Clinic doing, a series of tests. They did their own MRI. The first MRI I got from Dr. Owens, or that he sent me out for. They said I had a herniation of 18 centimeters. So the Mayo Clinic did theirs, and the MRI and the CT myelogram, which do not show evidence of a spinal fluid leak. So they were looking for a CSF leak, so that wasn't there. The patient has persistent Chiari measuring 17 millimeters. There is flow dorsal to the cervical medullary junction on the CT myelo. So there is not complete obstruction. So basically, they could not see that flow was completely blocked. But because I had a significant Chiari, they offered me surgery. It's basically what it says here. And the doctor was very straightforward with me. And it says, I mean, even right here in his notes, it covers it. He told me this could be 50-50. It might help, it might not. So that's something you need to think about when it comes time, when you're deciding whether you want the surgery or not. Make yourself a list, of your pros and your cons, and you just got to decide what's going to work best for you. So I told him I wanted to think it over, and we decided to go with the surgery, and it's really been that's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. So hopefully, it takes, and as we would say in the Navy, when we would finish repairing something, our bosses or the division officer would always say, looks really fine and lasts a long, long time. And we'd be like, yeah, it should last for a long time. So hopefully this will do that too, because as you know, there's no cure for it. I also, when I was planning this video, when I was, walking it through my head, I see a lot of people saying, how do I describe what's happening to my family members? Have them read this. I mean, not mine, obviously, but, print yours up, sit it down in front of them, ask them to read it, and go about your business. I don't mean that to come across harsh, but I mean, if the people close to you are not understanding what this is, and you've tried to explain it, maybe toss the doctor speak stuff at them, and maybe they'll sit down and go, well, oh, wait a minute. I mean, it's just a thought. It's just, something that came to me, and I thought maybe I'd suggest it. I was just really lucky. Everybody around me, they might not have completely understood it initially, but they were always supportive. So, I hope that you guys that are out there get support. I hope that, my clinical notes and everything, I hope that they are, helpful to you. Or, at least you can maybe compare and see where you're at, or, vice where I was at. I know some of you are not getting I guess your meetings with your doctor aren't going the way you want them to, or you're not getting the help you need, not the way you want it to. I know that kind of sounds bad, but when it comes to that, I didn't have that bad luck. My first neurosurgeon, he was straight, with me. He says, you got an 18 millimeter Chiari. I want you to go to the Mayo Clinic. I can do your surgery. I ain't got a problem. I know what I'm doing, but the Mayo Clinic, this is well within their wheelhouse. They do a lot more of these than I do. So I'm going to refer you there. I was like, sure, Mayo Clinic. I mean, the one down here in Jacksonville, I don't know of anyone who's had a bad experience. Now, I'm quite sure that somebody out there watching this will be like, well, I've had one. So they're not perfect, but I'm sure, but I have no complaints. So, and I'd always heard great things, and was happy to go to them, and they did a really good job. And, I'm where I'm at today because of them. But, I was lucky in the fact that, my first neurosurgeon referred me on, and then, the Mayo Clinic picked it up, and you can see, with what they said here, it's 50-50. So it may work, it may not. I mean, they can't give you a guarantee on this. I mean, if they could give you a guarantee on it, then they could fix it. It would be called a cure. This is just basically nothing more than to try to buy you some a better quality of life. That's the way I always try to look at it. But I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to go ahead and close this off now. So again, if you're new here, you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button. That would really help me out. Check out the video I dropped down below. You might find it interesting as well. And until next time, fellow warriors, stay strong. And if you need anything, you know where I'm at. Just leave a comment. I'll catch you later. Take care.